Hi, hello, and today I am going to talk about fetishes. Fetishes, there was a question on YouTube and there was a question about fetish photoshoot. Okay, and so let me just quickly read this out. Speaking of fetishes, can you discuss on a video on your experience of the wife doing explicit shoots with male models, including intercourse? Talk about husband's reaction, the wife's reaction, why they do it, their concerns, and after effect once the shoot is complete. Okay, the question is huge. I have to break this in small parts and then reply slowly. Okay, let me just talk about the fetishes in general. Erotic photo shoot, right? It's not only about the fetishes, right? There are standard shoots that we shoot. It's more about people. Okay, what that means is about people is that everyone has their kink. The kink is the fetish. Okay, people think that fetishes is something dirty, something frisky, something what is not allowed, but no. Okay, not really. Okay, of course there is fetishes and they're going into the depth, but liking the blondes is the fetish. Liking high heels is the fetish. Liking stockings is the fetish. Short skirts, big boobs, whatever you would mention. If there is a preferable side of you doing something or liking something or in general paying attention to something, fancying something, it is already a fetish. Okay, being naked, okay, expose yourself and enjoy this is also a fetish. Okay, so there are many fetishes that people probably do not know about or do not consider fetishes. So I would not want to talk in this video only about the fetishes. Okay, because erotic photo shoot in general reveals a lot of fetishes, a lot of kinks, and I am encouraging fantasies. Okay, and photo shoot with toys, with props, with sexy outfits, right? People like role play, people like different kind of things, and they include this in their intimate life. Okay, intimate life, liking risky thing. It is also a fetish, right? Adrenaline junkies, right? Or people who gambling, right? There is certain things that you prefer and you can call it as a fetish. Okay, so in my preference, in my understanding, let's not go into fetish, right? Because fetish is a like I said, very expand. You can talk about it endlessly, right? So let's talk about erotic photo shoots and couples shooting with hot and sexy models, right? So erotic photo shoots in general excite people, stimulate people, and give them knowledge and experience. Okay, they are able to try, experiment, and learn new things. Okay, and in the relationship, new things is something what every couple should be looking for. Okay, so doing new things, it's exciting and it's how to say, it's reviving your relationship. It's deepening your bond. Okay, and photo shoot with hot and sexy models, it is an absolutely new thing. Okay, that people can do, right? And it came from the part where you are with a partner maybe long time, right? And you want some change, or you bored of the routine and you want some new experience and you want someone to stimulate your relationship. That's why couples choosing that photo shoot, okay, to challenge themselves, to challenge their partners, right? So let me go into the question. Can you discuss on the video on your experience? Everything what I speak is only on my experience. Okay, I don't know who else doing this. Okay, and if you know, you can write me who else is doing this, but I am discussing only from my perspective and from my experience. So talking about the wives doing explicit shoots with models, including intercourse, right? So, talking about the wives, right? Usually, wives are not those ladies who will come up with the idea. usually are the husbands, okay, who will bring up this fantasy, bring up this idea, and slowly will develop it into some kind of an action, booking a photo shoot. Okay, there are wives who contact me, but majority of contacts I receive from their husband, from their partners, and from their boyfriends. Okay, and one of the important things that I've noticed, I have realized that this fantasy in men's head most of the time stays as a fantasy, right? They would like to discuss the idea, they would like to know the information, they would like to discuss the shoot plan, they should even go into details. The problem I see here is that their wife doesn't know anything about it. Okay, and I have wasted a lot of my time, but this gave me an experience and an understanding. I can share it with you. Okay, so when the husband is in contact and booking photo shoot with hot and sexy models, the first thing what I say is, please, can you just make sure that your wife write me an email, call me, or whatever, the way to contact me, so that she will confirm, okay, the ideas for the photo shoot, right? So that's the first thing what I can say, that majority of fantasies in the people who contacted me are men, and they will stay forever fantasies because the woman would never approve and even don't know about it, right? The ones who will approve not necessarily come for a penetration or intercourse, okay, photo shoot. Very often we just do a stage shoot, okay, or very often we do not give any kind of promises and commitments that there will be any intercourse at all. Okay, so there are people who already know that they would like to go and try and how to say, experience all the way, right, adult photo shoot, and there are people who would consider it during the photo shoot. Okay, and usually what happens is that they so much enjoy and they so much get turned on that very often even people who did not plan the shoot, they want at least little bit of it. Okay, so they go for it because you see a human body getting so much turned on that they want just extension. Okay, they want to see what happens, they want to be on the other side. Okay, so yes, photo shoot with making love scenes in real are available at my studio, and I can arrange such scenarios happen, right? So what is the husband reaction when they see it? Okay, there are different types of photo shoot, right? There is a male model, right, and there is a female model, and that's how we select a photo shoot. One photo shoot is a threesome experience with the lady, right, and the other photo shoot is a cuckold fantasy, right, and not necessarily it will happen as a threesome experience. So very often husbands just leave their wives and wait somewhere in the car or in the dressing room, right, or they will watch and somehow be, how to say, around the scenes, right, and they will witness. Okay, and what is the reaction? So from booking a model, I can tell you that people feel exactly the same like going on the first date. Okay, when you're going on the date with the person, first you think, would he like me? Okay, would I'm not, am I good looking, and am I enough, and so on. So people are extremely nervous. Okay, nervous to meet the model. Okay, and it's the same reaction. They're scared. They're nervous, they're scared, but there is this how to say, excitement behind all of these, worries. Okay, there is an excitement, and when they meet the model, usually my models are experienced, they would remove all these nerves. Okay, they will relax the client in an instance, okay, in the first instance. So at the beginning everyone is nervous, yes, nervous, freaking out and worried, doubt about that I am not good enough, I'm not, fit enough, I'm not big enough in terms of the sizes, or in general all the worries will kick in. right? And that's what people experience, right? But when the model starts shooting with the client, the nerves, like I say, go away, okay, and they start having a very great time. Actually enjoying, it's like the first date, okay, you get to know each other, you get to be close with each other, you get to be intimate with each other, you kind of follow each other. It's like, if you dancing tango, you have to feel each other, right? So that's how it starts. Okay, it's exciting and interesting, and you learning new things, right? in terms of a in terms of how the shoot goes, is that you will have a photographer, me, who will be taking pictures, directing and explaining everything, right? So it will be as a workshop. When you follow certain rules, when you follow things step by step, we're shooting this, that's exactly what you will do. I will explain, the point B, starting point, then options what you will do in the middle with the model, and then how you will end that scene, and we will perform that. Okay, and I will make sure that it will be as much natural as possible, as much passionable and sexual and stimulating as possible, and every scene, of course, leading somewhere. Okay, if we starting dressed, then it means we are undressing at the end of the scene. If we are starting undressing at the end of the scene, then it's going into some kind of making love scenario, posing positions, trying, and so on. Okay, so there is a reason why we're shooting certain content. We will discuss the ideas for the photography, for the movie, what kind of the scene and scenarios would be great to film. Okay, and that's what the model will do. Will assist you on the way. Okay, and actually lead you. Okay, so when you're shooting with the model, you don't need to, think about anything. You just listen what the photographer, videographer says, and follow that, and the model knows what he's doing, so he will pick up very quickly and direct to lead you on the day, right? So if speaking of wife reaction when the photo shoot progressing, okay, a woman enjoys more and more. Okay, there is I had to say, there is no obligation to have making love scenes if you don't want. Okay, no one said that you have to do it. We are planning this, and all the time it happens. Okay, because the models are so great and so hot. Okay, that's why it happens if we plan this, right? If we don't plan this, it didn't happen, but most of the time we change the plan and it happens. At least something happens. Okay, that's how it goes. But the models are there, okay, and they paid for their time and for their service. Okay, and if the client doesn't want to continue, and do specific things, then we change the things. Okay, so the model is just there to listen and to help you to achieve great results, shooting the series, the sets, what you are doing. Okay, and that's it, and just keep you in that great mood. Why they do it, why the wives doing erotic photo shoots with hot and sexy models. There are many reasons why. Like I said, this is the first reason, that people are extremely nervous and exciting at the same time. Okay, and these feelings you can sense when you are going on a new date, right? And when you are in a relationship. Okay, these feelings are kind of suspended, right? You can't feel the new date experience right inside of you here when you are going to on the date with your husband. So when you add someone else, okay, in the shoot, people feel that. Okay, they feel that they're going on the date. Okay, even if they're with their partner, right? The second thing is, it's a challenging experience, and not every person can do this, right? And the older you get, the more you may be tempted to do it, because you getting older and trying new things, or trying and experimenting is only way how you will understand yourself and learn about yourself. Okay, and of course learn about your partner. Shooting with the ladies, it's kind of a, how to say, threesome experience. It's kind of a more like, lady would like to try, gay side, right? The guy is just, for guy is just a bonus to feel, mature and be with two women. Ladies would like to try their side when they are with the lady, with the woman, which is a totally also different experience. And doing it with the husband, it just, I have to say, just spice the things up, right? So sharing that experience, sharing time, and sharing your husband, okay, that's the scenarios that you will go, okay, when you are with the lady. If you are with the male model, you will go as well through the sharing experience. Maybe male clients are a little bit more jealous. Okay, women are jealous, but they are really holding back, and they understand. Okay, that this is desire and this is a husband's fantasy, and they are there to support. Okay, more to support. And when the couple booking a male model, they are there more to feel jealousy and appreciation, approve that another male, which is much hotter than the husband, right, fancy their wife, and they want to see this, they want to witness this. Okay, and the reason why couples are doing, because this is like, it's not it, you see, people are doing it on the side, right? And that's called cheating, right? When the couple is doing it by their own agreement, okay, and everything is staged and set up for them, right, to create this experience, it doesn't count as a cheating, okay? It just counts as an experience, okay, for both of them, right? And that they will learn, okay, from that experience about themselves, right, about each other, okay, and how they can create those fantasies and have that journey together, and what kind of the journey they will get, because intimate life gets boring, and couples would like to experiment, right, and try new things. Okay, and this is probably the most challenging, okay, and exciting thing that they can try is to book a model, right, for intimate adventures, right? What could be the concerns? Most often concerns by booking a model is booking a model and model would not fancy them, booking the model wasting money because it's not gonna be worth it, okay, and booking the model and they worry about health and safety. Okay, so they ask about tests that models done and how is their, health and so on. So these are the things, right? People most of the time worry about when they booking a model. And lastly, if I would speak about photo shoots with the models and the effect after, when the shoot is complete, of course, everyone is in shock. That's the first thing I can tell. They're in shock that they managed to do this. They are in shock that they actually did this. Okay, they are in shock how good, everything went. Okay, because people are, you see, when you haven't done anything like that before, you would not expect to succeed or be great at something. Okay, but if you have a good direction, okay, and professionals in the studio, the shoot should be easy to follow. Okay, the smooth flow, everything relaxed, everyone knows what they're doing, everyone is at their places, right? And in general, intimate and sexual adventures is something what people can catch up, right? And can follow up. You don't need to know the model's really background, Okay, this is all subconsciously, right? Comes from the senses, from the feelings, and from the emotions that you share, you know. So, how to say, we go on the same vibe, okay? We start slowly all the time, we know each other, right? We introduce, models to the couples, and then they slowly start, how to say, warm up, okay? And then in hours' time, they are happy and ready to perform, okay? Adult fantasies, okay? So it takes time, right? To create great content. Okay, so photoshoot with the models is probably the wildest and the craziest adventure that you can have as a couple, right? Going to a different question, right? Having nude images with a model is different from performing acts with the model. Did you find the big boundary moving from one to the other? Okay. I can tell that I don't have any boundaries. Okay. Moving from one to the other. But when I started, right, I did have a boundary, right? I can remember many years ago, it was it was something inside me that I had to cross, right? So I had limitations, right? At the moment, I don't feel any like that, but if I remember, it did. It happened, right? I had the boundaries, and I've started shooting from portraits, and of course, moving into having sex scenes and performing penetration shoots and acts. It was something what is not a standard thing to do in the studio, okay? But shooting, uh, acting out scenarios without just acts, making love scenes without the penetration and having it, how to say, for real, it's two different things. It's just two different things. And how would I clearly explain this? Is like, when you're making an omelet without breaking eggs, okay? So there is no chemistry, okay? There is no, everyone's still in the shell, right? When you are connecting with your, when two people are connecting during sex, okay, making love scenes, it's a totally different vibe, totally different atmosphere. You feel this in a different way, okay? And when people are just pretending, acting, performing, it is not the same. It's just not the same. Okay, so there is a difference, right? But usually we start from just testing out and pretending and performing, okay, in the studio. And then we go for real, okay? So that's how we make this here, okay? So moving from images taken as acts performers and then making love scenarios and scenes and posing for real, okay? That's how it goes. The next question is, can you make a video discussing how to encourage your wife to do a photo shoot? What the concerns might be on her part? That's a very often thing. Okay, like I said, there are a lot of guys who would contact me about the photo shoot, but they will never do it because their wife will not agree. Okay, then some will come back and say, okay, my wife gave me a permission and I would like to book a female model, okay, to have a couple shoot so that they will experience this. Okay, there was not many. Some would hide that information, okay, from their wives just to go and do it, to try it, okay. But most of the time, wives will not approve and will not agree about the idea, okay, shooting erotic scenario, shooting erotic photography, videography, undressing, okay, going into nude, okay, and especially doing making love scenes, right? I can tell you the main reasons are because of women absolutely obsessed about how they look. Okay. And if they're not happy mentally, okay, with themselves, they don't think that, oh, I don't look like a model. I don't have a great physique now. I am not that young anymore. And there are many reasons towards their look. That's why they would not do it. Okay. There is another thing is you see making love things are quite a challenging topic, right? And when you create making love scenarios, they don't have to be pretty. Okay, they have to be like hot and sexy, but people do not see themselves when they're making love. Okay, do not see themselves. They have their eyes closed. Okay, they do not see their turn on face. Okay, during the photo shoot. And also, when you having a wild sex, like hardcore movie and so on, this is not like posing and being pretty and going into the stage, you know, environment where everything is perfect. Okay, when you do making love scenes, nothing is perfect. Okay, you do a lot of moves. Okay, which will expose your imperfections, right? And also, when you are undressing, you are absolutely vulnerable, right? So, women would not do this because they do not feel secure. Okay, they don't feel safe, right? They don't feel enough. They don't feel hot enough. Okay, they don't feel sexy. Okay, so there are many reasons why women wouldn't do it. Okay, and that's the main ones I just mentioned. Okay. So just keep it in mind, all right? What's happening, okay? And so let me just probably finish. Oh, okay. That's the very nice comment. Too many husbands today would like to watch their hot wives with the strong black ball. How many is too many? How many is too many? It is very hard for me to answer how many is too many. But I heard and I spoke with a lot of clients, and some of them like will give a big number, okay, what they would like to see it in their fantasy. It doesn't mean that it happened in real, okay. But you see, shooting, for example, cookhole fantasy photo shoot. Most of the time, people will think, right, that this scenario is happening because the man is too weak, okay, and they have a small size, right? But I would say that this is just a part of the story, okay? Not necessarily it can be true, okay? In our days now, women challenge their men in their way, okay? This is the way to control yourself, to be strong and allow a woman to do what she wants, okay? Make her fantasy, okay? Because you see, most of the time, woman creates and woman supports the husband with their fantasies, wishes, okay? And that's the time when probably woman wants to have her way, okay? And even if, even if the sex life is great, okay, every woman has a fantasy, right? And this standard having a big guy with the big cock at least once as a fantasy, it crossed mind for many women. Okay, so some will go and create it. Okay, and some will silence and stay quiet about this. Okay, so that's what I would say about photo shoots with hot and sexy models. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had more information and know about this topic better. To see more making love scenarios in Steam, please visit my studio, Julia Winter Studio online. Okay, it's going to be on the website. Yeah. you can see what's happening and how adults create their fantasies. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.